What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and welcome to the very first episode of Call of Duty WW2 Versus, the series where we put two weapons, or sometimes other things head-to-head to see which one is better and make you a better Call of Duty player. Today we're putting together two Titans, two of the best weapons in the game. We are looking at the STG44 versus the BAR, aka the Browning Automatic Rifle. Now, why are these two weapons the two weapons we're looking at today? First of all, they are probably two of the most used weapons in the game, and on top of that, they are probably my two most used weapons in the game. So by the end of this video, we should know which one of these two Goliaths is going to come out on top. But before I get into looking at all the stats, I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section below which one of these two weapons you prefer and why. I'm really curious what you guys have to say, so like I said, let me know down in the comments below. So as always, let's start off by looking at the damage profile of these two weapons, and it also just so happens for these two weapons they are very plain and simple damage profiles. The STG44 is going to be a 4 to a 5 bullet kill, whereas the BAR is always going to be a 3 to a 4 bullet kill. Obviously this is better for the BAR, and for that it's going to get +1 point. So the next thing we're going to look at for these two weapons is the fire rate. So the fire rate for these two weapons is 666 for the STG44, whereas when we look at the BAR, the fire rate before the patch was 620 RPM, but after the most recent patch is down to 570 RPM. So knowing this, the fire rate is almost 100 better for the STG44, and for that it gets +1 point. Up next, we've got time to kill, and not only is time to kill probably the most important stat we're going to look at today, but between the two weapons, it's also the most interesting. Reason being, time to kill is a calculation taking both the damage profile and rate of fire into account, also the range of both weapons as well. So which one of these weapons is going to have the better time to kill? Well, it's an interesting one because the BAR has a better damage profile, and the STG44 has a better rate of fire by about 100. So which one has the better time to kill? As it turns out, it depends on what range you are getting into your gunfight at. So from 0 to 20 meters, the BAR is going to have the better time to kill. However, between 20 and 50 meters, the STG44 has the better time to kill. After 50 meters, once again, the BAR is going to have a better time to kill. However, most of your gunfights are going to be within those 50 meters. So, what are we going to do for this? Well, we're going to give the BAR +1 point for having a better time to kill up until 20 meters. But then we are going to give the STG44 +1 point for having a better time to kill between 20 and 50 meters. Like I said, it completely depends on what range you are going to get into that gunfight at. Another thing that's pretty different between these two weapons is the magazine size. The BAR has a magazine size of only 20 rounds, which for a fully automatic assault rifle in a Call of Duty game is actually pretty damn low. However, the STG44 has a magazine size of 30 rounds, which comparatively to other Call of Duty games is pretty average for a fully automatic assault rifle. So for that, the STG44 gets +1 point and takes the lead. And the next thing we're going to look at here is the reload speed for the two of these weapons, and I did a bunch of research on this, and I found actually a bunch of different numbers for both of these weapons' reload speed. When I did the testing, both weapons actually came out with the exact same reload speed of 1.22 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and say that both of these weapons have the exact same reload speed. Upon further research, I looked at some other people's videos, and other people said that they have a reload speed of 1.35 seconds. That being said though, still both weapons have the same reload speed, and for that we're not going to give out any points. Another thing that we're not going to give out any points for is the aim down sights time. The aim down sights time for both weapons is exactly the same at 0.25 seconds, so we can't give out any points for that. However, one thing that's a little different between these two weapons is the recoil. So, this one's actually a little bit interesting because on paper, both weapons have the exact same recoil pattern and center speed. However, since the STG44 has a faster rate of fire and the same recoil stats, it means that in reality, it actually has more recoil and is more difficult to control. It's only a slight difference between the two. In fact, both have the same kind of vertical recoil pattern. It's just that extra rate of fire that makes it a little bit more difficult to control. So for those long-range gunfights, it's just a little bit easier to control the BAR than it is the STG44. And for that, the BAR gets +1 point and ties things up. So as you can see, the score is tied, and I actually don't have any other stats to give out points for. However, you guys know I hate ties on the Versus series, so of course we're not going to leave it off there. So if it were up to me and it was just come down to my opinion, I actually prefer the STG44 after the patch just a little bit. Before the most recent patch, the BAR was definitely 100% better than the STG44. After the most recent patch, I think it's a lot more close of a decision, and I prefer personally the STG44. However, I have to say, on paper, the BAR is the better weapon for one reason and one reason alone. Not only does the BAR have a better time to kill within 20 meters than the STG44, it also has a better time to kill than all of the SMGs within 20 meters as well, which is an absolute insane stat for an assault rifle to have. It doesn't quite have the movement speed, aim down sights time, or hip spread of an SMG. However, it does have a better time to kill, and that's an absolute insane stat that the STG just doesn't quite have. And for that, I'm just gonna have to give the slight edge to the BAR. This week, the winner, just by a hair, is the BAR. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you agree that the BAR is a better weapon? Do you disagree? Let me know why down in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, it would be very greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button. It really does help out the channel, and it lets me know that you want to see more episodes of the Versus series. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, you can always hit that subscribe button, as I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, guys, peace out.